Yes, wadau, natumai mko poa, mko fiti, mko salama. Karibu sana ndani ya Celeb KE. Now, as of right now, tumekuwa tukizungumzia kisa cha Rigathi Gachagua kwa muda mrefu, and one of the people that really went quiet after the impeachment of Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua was launched is none other than Honorable Jimmy Wanjigi. Jimmy Wanjigi disappeared from the public limelight and he never talked about Rigathi Gachagua's impeachment. Now, getting back to the issue of Rigathi Gachagua's impeachment and the Judiciary or the Supreme Court involvement in the impeachment of the DP, something has come up. This is after Jimmy Wanjigi named a few of Supreme Court judges who he believes should be disbanded and cease to hold the offices that they hold as judges of the Supreme Court, because he believes that these judges have contributed to the violation of the Kenyan Constitution, where they disregarded the Kenyan Constitution by swearing in Professor Abraham Kithure Kindiki as the new Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. When we speak about this, a lot of speculation has been going on, remembering that today the Supreme Court of Kenya has been celebrating 12 years, Supreme Court at 12, where the event has been attended by Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi. Not only that, it has also been attended by the President of the Republic of Kenya, Honorable William Ruto, and Professor Abraham Kithure Kindiki also has attended the said event. So a lot of Kenyans are trying to crack up the info in regards to how these people ended up celebrating 12 years just 3 days or 2 days after Kithure Kindiki was sworn in into office. Now, this is a clear indication that the Supreme Court ruled in support of Kithure Kindiki because of the benefit that they were getting from being involved with the presidency. You're getting the point. Now, according to the latest report, a lot of people have called even the former, or let me say, the retired chief justices, that includes Honorable CJ Willy Mutunga and CJ David Maraga, to come back in the scene and mostly in the political scene of the Republic of Kenya to seek a presidential seat, and they promise that they will elect them into this position. Some of them include the former president of the Law Society of Kenya, the president of former LCK president, that is lawyer Nelson Avi. Now, let's get back to Jimmy Wanjigi. Jimmy Wanjigi, the Kenyan businessman, a political strategist and party leader of Safina, broke his silence and called for the resignation of 7 Supreme Court judges. He made this statement days after former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua's impeachment was upheld by the court, paving the way for the swearing in of Professor Kithure Kindiki as the new Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. Now, Wanjigi accused the judges of being a disaster for the nation and warned that they would be held accountable by history. And I quote him, "Go home, please. You are a disaster to this nation. History shall be very harsh to you all," Wanjigi declared. The 7 judges he targeted are: number 1, Lady Justice Martha Koome, the CJ of the Republic of Kenya and President of the Supreme Court. Number 2 is Lady Justice Philomena Mwilu, Deputy Chief Justice and Vice President of the Supreme Court. Justice Mohammed Kadar Ibrahim, Justice Dr. Smokin Wanjala, Lady Justice Joki Susana Dongo, Justice Isaac Lenaola, and Justice William Ouko. These are just a few names among those that Wanjigi called out and called upon their resignation for their biasness in the Gachagua impeachment case. Remember, on Thursday last week, that is when the High Court of Kenya, under the bench of the 3 judges, that is Freda Mogambi, Eric Ogola, and Justice Murima, went ahead to uphold the impeachment case of Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, even after the lawyers of Gachagua, led by Kanson Ndegwa went ahead to file another petition and another application seeking the stopping of the swearing in of a new deputy president, that was Bwana Honorable Kithure Kindiki, the court made the decision to not uphold those applications and declared that the conservatory orders that were given by Justice Chacha Mwita were now ineffective in the country, and that Kedore Kindiki could be sworn into office. And that is what happened. Now, I want us to look at the judicial system of the Republic of Kenya so that you will understand what we are talking about and how the judicial system has played a very crucial role in undermining the 2010 constitution, because the constitution of the Republic of Kenya right now has been stepped on, spitted on, urinated upon. It has been rendered useless by this regime and the judicial system of our republic. You know, as a Kenyan and somebody that has read the Kenyan constitution, it, it comes to haunt us when you realize that the constitution is only meant for the mere citizens of the republic. The articles in the constitution of the Republic of Kenya are only viable to the people that are not privileged to hold office in this country. But when it comes to matters involving high profile people in this republic, then the constitution becomes useless. You're getting the point. I want to read a few comments in regards to what people think about the judicial system of the Republic of Kenya, and I want to diverge into Nelson Havi's latest statements. Remember, also senior counsel Hamed Nasri Abdullahi Grad Mula has been calling out the judicial system, calling it juris pesa. Now, one Nelson Avi says, I have my good things to say about CJ David Maraga, but one surfaces. At the Court of Appeal, 2 judges, including the presiding judge, had been compromised in the Patin Mutava appeal. I threatened to walk out. Maraga ordered me to remain. We lost the appeal but removed Mutava. Nelson Avi continues by saying, CJ Dr. Willie Mutunga, senior counsel Dr. David Maraga, or CJ David Maraga, must sacrifice their retirement and offer themselves for election as president of the Republic of Kenya. We need a wise old man to return this social contract to factory settings. Now, when you hear about Dr. Willie Mutunga and CJ Maraga, now that is when you come to realize these were the only chief justices that really meant well for the Republic of Kenya. And one stands out among them all. That is Chief Justice David Maraga. Who is Chief Justice David Maraga? Now, Maraga goes by the name of David Kenani Maraga, born on 12th January 1951. He's a Kenyan lawyer and a jurist. He was the 14th Chief Justice and President of the Supreme Court of Kenya from October 2016 until his retirement in January 2021. Maraga was born in Bonyamatuta, South Nyanza District in Nyanza Province, present-day Nyamira County. On 12th January 1951, he attended Seronga DEB Primary School from 1961 to 1967 for his Certificate of Primary Education CPE, then Maranda High School. Now, let's look at his judicial career in the High Court and the Court of Appeal. Justice Maraga joined the bench as a High Court judge in October 2003, having been appointed by President Mwai Kibaki. Subsequently, he served as a judge of the High Court in Mombasa the year 2003 to 2007, in the year 2008 to 2010 in Nakuru, and in Nairobi from the year 2010 to 2011. Now, he also served in various leadership roles, including as a resident judge, High Court of Kenya in Nakuru from May 2009 to August 2010, and as the presiding judge of the Family Division of the High Court in Nairobi from April 2010 to December 2011. Now, In Court of Appeal, he was elevated to the Court of Appeal in January 2012 following an interview process by the Judicial Service Commission. A year after joining the Court of Appeal, he vied for the position of President of the Court of Appeal, losing by solitary vote to Justice Paul Kehara Kariuki, who served as the President of the Court before his appointment as the Attorney General. Justice Maraga served in the Court of Appeal in Nairobi from January 2012 to September 2014 and as the presiding judge of the Court of Appeal in Kisumu from October 2014 until his appointment as the Chief Justice 2 years later. Remember, Maraga was the man that could not uphold the election of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta and William Ruto in the 2017 election, and that remains his determining moment in his career.